Good morning and welcome to Rays of Revelation. Today is the 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays. So we will be reading Proverbs chapter 4 as well as Acts chapter 22, verse 17 through 23, verse 10. In Acts chapter 22, Paul is speaking to a crowd that just settled down from being hostile. And he's sharing his testimony of how he used to be a Jew, how he was very devoted, how he even persecuted and even murdered at one point Christians for the faith. And then he tells about his own personal encounter with God, how he was transformed by this encounter and became a believer of Christ. And then he begins to tell them about his call and how God called him to preach the gospel. And in verse 21, it says, "Then the Lord said to me, 'Go, I will send you far away to the Gentiles.' And the crowd listened to Paul until he said this. Then they raised their voice and shouted, 'Rid the earth of him. He's not fit to live.'" I find it sad that people are willing to listen to us until they disagree. Too many times we let our prejudice or our religious training from the past prevent us from hearing the gospel, prevent us from hearing truth. So we need to understand, first of all, that many times people are going to reject our message, not because we didn't deliver it properly or that it's not accurate, but because of their prejudice or because of their preconceived ideas. But we can't let that affect us. We need to continue to lovingly share that message, believing that it will produce fruit in their life. But secondly, we need to examine our own hearts and make sure that we're not so set in our ways and in our religious belief and our religious thinking that we're not open to possibly a brother or a sister in Christ who maybe has learned or experienced something that we haven't yet experienced, so that we can learn from them and grow in the Lord. So today, let us celebrate the freedom that we have today by sharing the good news and even keeping an open mind to understanding things about the Lord and His Word, maybe that we yet do not know. I pray you have an awesome 4th of July with your family and friends. And always remember, I love you. Bye-bye.